So yesterday I said maybe it's not actually fuck you money. Maybe it's more like fuck you power. And I was fully prepared to unpack that today. And then I got to thinking perhaps I might have missed a step. Because people are constantly shocked about the shit that comes out of my mouth. And I think some people might actually mistake that for confidence. Like I just wander through life completely unfiltered, saying whatever the fuck I want. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. Yeah, that's adorable. If only that were true. Because you should hear the shit that I actually don't say. Seriously. The shit that comes out of my mouth, if that shocks you, you have no idea of you would be absolutely horrified by the editorial meeting going on inside my head. And sometimes I generally think, nope, but I'm saying it anyway. I don't care if they like it. That's not always what's happening. There are times when I've said stuff just under my breath, but just loud enough that somebody might hear me, but secretly quiet enough, hoping that I'd actually get away with it, which apparently is my version of risk management. And there are times when people have heard me, and let's just say they were not overly interested in exploring the nuances of my position. Yeah, literally, I've almost gotten the shit kicked out of me. So clearly, I do have a filter. I guess it just sometimes it's poorly supervised. But here's the part that people actually don't see. Even when, in that moment, I generally don't give a shit what that person thinks what I said or whether they liked it or not. I can absolutely destroy myself afterwards. I can replay the whole thing. What exactly did I say? How did I say it? Did I go too far? Did I look like an asshole? Could I have said it differently? What did their face register when I said it? And then I'll sit back and reconstruct that crime scene, sometimes for days. But the weirdest part about it all is I can honestly believe what I said. I can still think that other person is wrong. And I can still particularly not care whether they liked hearing it. And simultaneously be thinking, for fuck's sake, Tiffany, did you really have to say it like that? So maybe being unfiltered isn't exactly the same thing as not giving a shit. And maybe confidence is not the absence of a filter. I don't know, maybe you're like me and you're constantly doing the calculation. What I actually think, what am I willing to say, and what am I willing to risk by saying it? And that brings me back to fuck you power. Maybe power isn't about whether you have a filter at all. Maybe it determines how expensive it is to ignore. And now I think I'm ready to unpack that. See you in the next one.